healing is not a linear process. There's not going to be like a straight path towards I feel better.
I started to get episodes of anxiety and depression where I was just anxious for days. It was just bad. I didn't want to get out of bed.
I wanted the hurt to end and I wanted the pain out.
And then I started to notice that part of me which would get excited about all the pain and the suffering. And it was like, okay, let's make something out of this.
We're recording. I feel really lucky. I lead a really happy life. But I wouldn't be being totally honest if I said that I was happy 100% of the time. Sometimes my brain just like goes places, I don't know, darker places or, places I just wish it wouldn't go. And for me, when I find myself in one of these darker moments or places, if I sit down and write or make some music or whatever it is, something creative, I usually feel better. I made a show that's partially about this. It's called Mr. Corman. The protagonist in Mr. Corman is sort of like me. He also has a lot to be grateful for, and he's also happy sometimes, but he would also have to agree he's not happy all the time. At one point, he's going through a diagnosable anxiety attack, and he's also someone who copes through creativity. It's been really meaningful for me to hear from other people about what Mr. Corman has meant to them or how they relate to the character or how, they feel seen when they watch the show. I think that's part of the point of telling stories, is that sometimes a fictional character can just resonate in ways with people. And so I wanted to hear from other people about their own stories along similar lines.
Creativity has pretty much helped me cope with every difficult thing that I've gone through in life. Earlier this year, that was dealing with a really difficult breakup.
I was tackling law school in a whole new state, trying to keep up with my peers. I had law professors who thought I shouldn't be in law school at all. And so I fell into my first true bout of depression. That period of time was the first time I sought out help and even took a medical leave of absence. And it was around that time when I actually picked up for the cello.
I've always been a creator. I've always loved to create, but it's different when you grieve. It's angry and it's sad and it's just different.
My dad passed in September 2018 due to lung cancer. I remember the morning of it, my mom called me and gave me the news. I was a wreck. I wanted to find a way to process what was going on with me, make peace with my father's passing. Eventually that led me to going back to writing poetry again, and I performed these poems at open mics.
My mom is a dance teacher, and my parents had a dance school, so I grew up in the environment of dancing. And it automatically became a part of my being, of my existence. I wouldn't be able to live without it. To me, it's like breathing. But the biggest thing that's helped me cope with, it's definitely been my epilepsy. So when I was 13, almost 14, on the last day of school in Italy, we went to this outing and I had my first seizure. And from that day, my life completely changed. The smallest things in life just started becoming a problem to me. They started becoming an obstacle. I was just afraid of taking a shower or eating or sleeping or not sleeping. All these little things just built up, and even the most normal things such as feeling something would sometimes trigger the seizures. I had this extremely strong anger and deep sadness and frustration, and I couldn't understand why. Why is this happening to me? Why? What did I do? So I started feeling like I just had to suppress everything. I just couldn't feel anymore. And the more I was trying to do that, the more it would just want to just explode out of me. And the only way I felt like I could do that was by dancing. so much. I didn't have to suppress anything. Even if I was feeling anger and sadness, it was a flow. It was coming out in the right way.
For me, there's something healing about that. That thrill and euphoria, but also that peace and that focus that can come when you're making something, when your creativity is flowing out of you.
I loved that feeling of, sitting there for 5 hours, getting it right. It really allowed me to distance myself from the darkness.
For open mics, you bring up your own writings. You go as yourself. It's just you with your texts. I felt so vulnerable and raw and open, and the audiences just accepted me as I was.
At the end of the very first episode of Mr. Corman, Josh has that breakthrough. He hasn't been playing for a while, and he finally sits down and he plays again. And you can tell he feels better when he's playing music than almost any other time. For him, it's not about being a rock star or anything. It's about feeling the joy and the meaning and the fulfillment of just doing it.
Healing is not a linear process. There's not going to be like a straight path towards I feel better.
Dance just helped me cope with the whole thing. I actually made my whole show with a great friend of mine. All the reviews and all the comments from people that saw it and how they connected to it in different ways with whatever was going on in their own lives. And it just helped me feel connected again.
Just connecting how I felt about my dad right before he passed. I used poetry to help me process all of it and really develop a renewed appreciation for the relationship I had for my father.
Creativity kept me afloat. I always look back to that time in Boston, not just as a time of hardship or learning law, right, but also discovering my creative side and recognizing that it did save my life. It really did.